TheChowTimePod, your host, Brett. I got a video today from the wall. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that charm. Ciao, ciao.
So the guy that I have been dating just broke up with me. And I'm pretty sad about it.
Okay.
And talking about things is healing for me.
I don't think it really helps us guys too much to be talking about things. I'm sure it does here and there, but for us, just pump some iron.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll be discussing how women over 40 are hitting the wall, from one who talks about how men don't want to date her, to another whose heart was broken, again, because a man refused to sacrifice his entire life for her. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're aiming for 150,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We want to thank everyone who supports the project with their super chats and shares their experiences in the comments. That's what helps this community grow. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Let's get started.
So if you meet someone in their late 40s, never been married, and no kids, run.
We can say the same thing for you. It's like the same advice.
I cannot imagine dating someone in their late 40s that's never been married and no kids. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them? No one wanted to wife them up, or no one wanted to marry that guy, or was he a little playboy?
Wait, you're talking about the man or you're talking about women? No one wanted to wife him up? Like, what are you talking about?
He didn't want to ever commit to anyone. He likely has never had to sacrifice or put anyone's needs.
How do you know this? Just because people aren't in relationships doesn't mean they don't sacrifice for others. When I sacrificed a lot for my mother and my family, like, sacrifice isn't only pertaining to men and women and couples.
In front of his, who knows, maybe it was the whole his career came first. He had to move so many times. There's always so many fun excuses.
Women use the exact same excuse. You love to say fun excuses. Women, oh, I focused on my career. I wanted to be, well off before I started dating and started having kids.
But never would I ever. If I was a guy, I would think this as well. Want to be in a relationship with someone that's in their late 40s, or heaven forbid, older, that's never been married and no kids.
Okay, she's talking about both sides?
I'll leave those to everyone else.
A man in his 40s can still easily start a family with a woman who is 10 to 15 years younger than him, because men typically seek partners who are their age or younger. For women, it's more challenging. By the time they reach their 40s, the ability to have children might no longer be an option, which puts them at a disadvantage if they meet a man around their age or slightly older who wants to start a family. On top of that, there are the risks that come with this stage of life and
nowadays there's a lot of men. You guys are now focusing on things. Men are in their 30s, like mid 30s, 40s is when men are like ready to settle down if they've built themselves up enough.
Lifestyle changes a woman might consider, like moving in together, becoming a homemaker, or taking care of someone after spending her entire adult life alone. Such changes can be overwhelming for many women, which is why they struggle when it comes to forming a relationship.
So the guy that I have been dating just broke up with me. And I'm pretty sad about it. And talking about things is healing for me. If you haven't watched my other videos, he was a guy that I knew from high school, and I didn't meet on a dating app or anything. He reached out to me and asked.
So you probably ignored him in high school. You were the girl. He was just like, man, I wish I had her. Now he's established, doing well. He had you. Doesn't want to keep you.
Asked me on a date, and it was just supposed to be to catch up and have a good time. No expectations. And that's exactly what happened. We had a great time. He ended up asking me on a second date, and we were having conversations about what our non-negotiables were, and one of his non-negotiables was that he didn't want to have to compete with other men for my time. So I deleted Tinder and deleted my Snapchat. And he treated me so well. It was so thoughtful, and
Be thankful that he was honest and told you he is not your person.
Mm-hmm.
He released you so that you can find your person. I had the same thing happen to me a few months ago, 2 weeks prior to ending things. He said he loved me, and then 2 weeks later, said his heart wasn't in it anymore.
They just tell you what you want to hear. This is the sad thing. Women get lied to all the time. It's what men do to get in your pants. You have to really be able to vet good men.
I'm like you. I don't have any chill when I like someone. I'm not obsessive and clingy. I just don't know how to keep someone at an arm's length and, like you said, guard my heart. I'm sorry this happened. Next time, if you know you have a pattern of being all in too fast, you really need to keep seeing others until you see real commitment from his end.
Or just not date multiple people at a time. Put your book, like pump your brakes on this. What do you call it? Roster dating going on.
things to me that made me think that he wanted the same things. I always get advice about how I need to go slowly and be nonchalant, and I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to guard my heart and not be all in when I like somebody and I see a future with them. I am moving to Texas in January, and he knew that from the very beginning and had said that he was absolutely willing to relocate.
You are so dumb. Men that are in their careers and their good careers are probably not going to really be willing to relocate just for a woman.
So today he told me that he couldn't move away from his children, and
Makes sense.
all of his kids are grown. They're in their 20s and 30s.
This is the issue with dating after 40, the sacrifices. This woman needs to move to Texas, and this man would have to leave his entire life behind to go with her, including being away from his grown children. Even though they're adults, being far from your family to be with someone you're still getting to know is a big step.
Yeah, my dad used to live like 2.5 hours away. That's where he actually bought the house. None of us go visit him, or none of us like that city or like the drive out there. So my dad just ended up renting a house nearby here, and now he has a donut shop literally 10 minutes away from my house. So I get to see my dad a little more often. Yeah, my dad wants to spend time with his kids. And my dad's in his what? Like 60-ish now, I want to say.
Sure, it could turn out wonderfully, but it could also go very wrong. On top of leaving your life behind, it's a difficult choice. Let's say he leaves his property, vehicle, stable job, and entire support system behind. She has a job to go to, but he doesn't, which means he'd be dependent on her until he finds employment. She's 44, and he's likely around the same age. At that age, starting over and finding a job isn't easy. This man isn't in his 20s, ready to take risks and go on adventures. He's close to retirement. These
Even in my 20s, I didn't even really take that many risks and adventures. I took a lot of risk when it came to business. Definitely no adventures over here.
sacrifices are significant, and many people share the same opinion. Take a look here. Maybe he thought he could move away, and then after thinking about it realized he couldn't. Also, grown or not, I'm not moving away.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd never leave my grown kids for anyone. I hope you find your person in Texas. Good luck.
At least these other women are kind of like understanding of the man not wanting to move.
Wouldn't leave my kids either.
I'm
sorry that happened to you. I would tell someone up front that I'm staying where my kids are. They are young adults and still need my guidance. Kids, grown or not, it's not easy to leave them. I'm sorry you're dealing with this.
But honestly, I think that he just didn't have the same feelings for me that I
True.
did for him,
I'm almost positive
and
that's the case.
he was trying to spare me
Yes.
the heartache of telling me the truth. I'm just
Or he just wanted to have his fun. You were moving. He was like, you know what? We can have a little bit of fun before you take off. And that's what happened. That's also very possible because men lie to
exhausted and
women.
I'm tired of getting my heart broken and then having to pick up the pieces. I just feel stupid for putting myself out there. And like I just need to have a good cry today. And then tomorrow I will pick myself up and start over.
Oh, hell no!
I don't think this man isn't interested. In my opinion, he was. But you're not asking for a small thing. You're asking him to sacrifice his entire life for you. And this isn't a Disney movie where you'll live happily ever after. With a 50% failure rate in marriages, asking someone over 40 to move to another state with you, leaving behind their children, family, friends, a stable job or business, their home, and the comforts of a life where they're not doing badly, just to embark on an adventure with you as if you were teenagers. Well, forgive me, but any sensible man would refuse. It's easy to say he doesn't love you when you're essentially asking him to jump out of a plane without a parachute.
Mm-hmm.
If you decide to end things, get bored, or change your mind for any reason you consider valid, are you going to give him his life back where he left it? No, you'll just tell him to pack his bags and wish him good luck. It's situations like this that make it so difficult for women hitting the wall to find a partner. At that age, one bad move could leave you out on the street.
True.
Men aren't out here sacrificing everything for a woman.
Not at these
We've
ages
reached the end of the
anymore.
video, but before we go, here are some questions for you. What do you think about this woman's story?
Personally, no. I cannot really just leave like that. I do have plans of leaving to California and leaving the United States. Again, I told you guys I have a 4-year plan. But it is ever changing just how successful I am in YouTube and all my other businesses. It might keep me here, but I do have plans to leave. But doesn't mean it's guaranteed. But nor would I ever like just give up my whatever I'm doing to conform to some woman's life. That just doesn't make sense to me. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And I catch you guys next time. Ciao.